Everyone, this is the Psychic Sleuth, and today I'm going to be talking about SAVANNAH Spurlock. I've been working on this case for a few days, been meaning to get a video out, but you know, things happen. So basically the first reading I did on her was April 11th of 2019, and as I've stated, many cases interconnect. The info comes in before I do readings, and I will mention that as I go through the reading what has fit here. A lot can be symbolic in the reading. I did validation that my partner finds out after we do the readings. I usually do it in a reading group. Sometimes it's just with my partner Charlene. Sometimes we're bringing people in that know the case, and they will validate or research, or we will research. Also, I will have to look at maps and stuff to see what I'm drawn to, and I'm starting to learn a lot of the symbolic stuff, so I Google, and therefore, like, for instance, I'll Google a phrase and it'll mean something, and it explains more in this reading because she did that a lot. So I do not research my cases. That is one thing you guys do need to know about me. I am 100% genuine. I would never pretend to be someone I'm not. These are my impressions of SAVANNAH Spurlock. Things can be people connected to or around the situation, so they can be, you know, things that they bring up. They can be people that are connected to the people involved or her. Alright, so the first thing I saw, drinking at a bar or pub, hear the words downtown. I don't know if it's in that kind of area or not. Two men with her is what she shows as of now. Only a clear shot of one with brown hair on the darker side. He's around 6 foot. See them all sort of stumbling around. This could be symbolic of drinking, or they actually were. One guy looks at the other like we're going to take advantage of her with a wink, and I want to say right now, I do apologize for sensitive information that comes through. I do try to be gentle, but I am trying to be their voice, and they show me things for a reason, so I apologize. I'm trying to be gentle to the family, and I want to send out my condolences and everything to the family, and this is just to try to help find her. It's for no other reason. Oh, and to bring justice. So, just need to throw that out there real quick. Also, another thing, everybody is innocent until proven guilty. These are just my psychic impressions. So, back to the reading. Sorry, just popped in my head. So, one guy looks at the other guy like we're going to take advantage of her with a wink. I don't know if she felt safe. I don't think she was worried at the time. She's very naive about it, but I feel drunk or under the influence, possibly roofied later on or something. There's a guy on the, like, shorter hair side, shorter, almost shaved. I get 20s for a couple of them. I keep hearing a sound like Brian. Can be area or name or street. Names can be also first, middle, last of those involved or connected to. Feel many behind one of them. Feels like they can get away with anything. Feel like one has a single dad or a big dad influence in his life. Connection to more upper class. Also the letter P. Name Gutierrez or something sounding like that. May not be exact name or something similar or sounding like just to make note of a Spanish name. Walk back to enter a back parking lot. Car looks darker in color. Bench seat. See her between them. A word or like one. Heading out of town. Hear word bros. By blood or not. Can be close friends or actual brothers. Reference to water. Large body. So river, lake, etc. As I went on, I realized it was a large river I was seeing. Reference to bridge, older style wooden bridge, brown. Camping, fishing, hiking. Shown birds, bigger, could be nature preserve or by one. Big hawks, falcons, and eagles. That went back to Cheryl as well. See her swaying her head back and forth. Kind of looks to be roofied, high or drunk, in and out of consciousness. Looks like they took advantage of her. I don't want to say that word. You guys all know what I'm pointing to. And then they realized they couldn't keep her alive. She will tell on them, say they need to, you know, get rid of her. One guy is into it more than the others. Or actually, now that I look at this, kind of, it felt more like two, because definitely one with dark hair. There's one with shorter hair that's like, no, man, you're crazy. She's drugged. She won't remember. Let's just stop and drop her off somewhere. makes me feel like one of them goes to college, or there's one in the vicinity or something to do with college. 12 minutes or miles. See the one with the white guy with brown hair. I see his hands are on her throat. Reference to sports, jock, or football, especially football, either high school or college. Just what I feel or sense around her. Hear words pre-law, or could just be a thought from someone connected to possible dad or family, friend, or an attorney in the situation. Also got a reference to some kind of scholarship. And I feel like she's definitely in water. They put her in the water. Gilroy Superior. That'll make sense later. Lots of trees. Bridge is important, and I feel like I'm thrown over. These guys are real asshats. Looks like they grabbed a quarter rope from the car and tied it to a rock, and then to her ankles, because I didn't see her float, and I was asking her why. So then personal item will be found that's hers close to the bridge, or I'm finding out like later on, I think maybe in a park area. Gotta drag the lake or the river, or use sonar. Looks like a sandal or shoe. Something, it could be something like that, or maybe something else, but definitely a shoe. I see her purse thrown somewhere. It looks like out of a car window into a field, or it may also be along in the park. I feel like they took her life outside. I feel dirt under my hands, and she grips the dirt and rocks. Number 3, hearing history of some type of historical landmark or monument. Number 4, number 5, I see a dirt parking lot with woods, also a fallen tree or log. It feels like there's something under a log near a bush in the dirt. Something about historical landmark, definitely. Reference to P and R. Now, she will repeat certain letters. She did it. I think she repeated P like 4 times. I don't know if she had a bracelet on her wrist, but I saw it like kind of floating up in the water. I'm confident she's in water because I saw her hair floating up like it would if her feet were being tied and she was, her body was kind of floating, standing. I think they threw over the bridge. I hear a splash. Getting reference to red, blue, and orange. Handicap parking. Bridge is older dark brown. Color burgundy. Tree or forest names at first streets. Hearing I wasn't perfect. I didn't make the best decisions, but I have a heart of gold. I didn't run away. So she's saying she didn't run away, that they took her. Hearing those boys took my life. Hold on a second, I lost my spot. My thing messed up. And those boys took my life for no reason other than their own selfish reason, some kind of familiarity with them. I also am now feeling like there are more women that they are involved doing this with. They took it upon themselves to do that night what they did. I do see them being arrested, or someone has some type of record. As I'm shown handcuffs and an orange jumpsuit, which is symbolic of jail time, record, or will be arrested. They may find her or put him in jail for unrelated charges, but I definitely feel there's a record involved somewhere. Month of July and October, and as I've said before, things can have multiple meanings. Months can be her or them, connections to birthdays, anniversaries, passing, something significant. Number 6, turpentine, forest and bird names, Zion, cherry, candy sweets, Fox came in again, reference to 15, letter C, 4, heights, graffiti, and Gwen. Then I did a reading on April 13th, 2019. I do not remember anything from the prior reading. I don't remember things as I channel. Real quick, she wants to bring my attention to the number 4. I realize she has 4 kids, but there can be multiple meanings, so I think there's possibly 4 that know or are involved. And especially numbers can be like that, but 4 came in really strong. It really does surround her a lot in this. Also the letter M, the letter J, a reference to rap music. I went too far. Showing me muddy water and twists and turns. Like the river, letter N, and showing me a party after. I get reference to a white house, It looks like grass out front, numbers 4 and 7, but like 47, reference to 6. Also number 27. Like I said, she will repeat. Also baggy pants. They do that if it's important. Looks like I'm seeing the white guy again. Skinnier, taller, brown hair. On the darker side, but looks like it can be lighter sometimes. Feels like one of the leaders in this. Hearing word psychopath. Shows me one guy and draws a line to the other guy. Hearing they are connected by blood. Also see a fence around this house. Hearing word camp and R again. And the letter P. She's repeating. Name Michael. And the phrase take it as it comes. Hearing 3 miles. Thinking maybe 3 miles down the river by now. Because showing the current it's a possibility. Or maybe another reason. Like her purse or something. But again, see brown bridge she's been thrown off at. Area known for that bridge. Hearing words hideaway and seeing a cave. Hearing words sea breeze, letter T. Seeing all kinds of RVs. I know it's weird and it matches our place, but she's showing me like the area where it's at. Also hearing park. Also, so again, she's showing me drinking, music. It doesn't look to be a bar, but a second location. Hearing word hipster. Vato, Spanish word. Hearing Spanish and then rap music and lowrider. Hearing word bank. Like banks, like riverbank. Seeing lots of rocks. Seeing lots of green, yet sand. Seeing like an area that mostly looks like blank space with nature, then houses, then blank space. Like things are spread out, if that makes sense. Hearing word number 20. Could be the ages. Hearing word creek bed. Hearing we got right area, but thinking the current might have taken her further down. Hearing sonar. Hearing word Bry, but it's as Bryant. Hearing J. Hearing word page or pages. Seeing color red. Seeing color blue. Feeling group of people of men. Seeing cocaine being snorted. Seeing a garage like attached to a house. Just seeing, keep seeing color white. Number 57, hearing leader of the pack reminds me of that song of the pack that has to do with motorcycles, but just could be that someone is the leader of these people. Seeing wolves, but can be symbolic or have more than one meaning. Don't laugh, but hearing Captain America. I don't know why. Seabrook or something like that. Reference to alcohol, and I also referenced putting something in her drink when she's not looking in a beer bottle. I don't know, it's weird. I don't feel any women around her at the, what they're showing me, just men at this place, just wanted a party, naive. Seeing flowers, and I think they may be in a reference to girl connected to her, or she liked them. I don't know, kept seeing it. Hearing a song, I Never Promised You a Rose Garden. Hearing words, High Bridge. And then something to do with the moon. Maybe in a name or something, I don't know. Seeing moon. Showing me dogs, like they've been sniffing, but I don't know. I think somehow they were able to get her scent away and the dogs don't smell where she is. I can't explain it. Almost like they took some of her clothes and something, or something of hers and put her scent somewhere else. Or maybe walked her down a path, put her in a car, and I don't know. It was weird. Still seeing her underwater. I don't know if there are two darker guys involved, but I keep seeing a real dark, but not, sorry, I keep seeing not real dark, but not real light, so in the middle. And then she's saying 3 nations, kind of maybe reminds me of 3 races. Also seeing cars, like working on racing or something, maybe a shop, but definitely working on, someone working on cars. Number 12, number 9, August, January and December, sorry, shown Christmas lights, also shown guns, I don't know if someone has some, or hearing something to do with criminal record, again, river, but it's wide, curvy, keep seeing the type of, I don't know, her purse is missing or what, but I'm seeing her purse and then her shoe came off around the area or someone, or has washed up, something, or has washed up, can't shake that, letter P again, see, she said that 4 times in the readings that I did. Where the red fern grows, see this came up, so it's probably to refer me back to Delphi, because I think this is a much bigger case. I think there are multiple females that have gone missing because of these guys, so that would be why, because I got a lot of big cases in Delphi, so we trace that, there's a Boone historical land, there's Boone around that area, sorry. But red fern grows is something that is around the Boone area that we learned back then. Again, historical landmark came in, and a cross in a coffin. So Something to do with the church or cemetery, or both in close proximity. Hearing, I'm baffled at what happened. How could I have been so stupid? I still keep seeing and getting reference to an older car with bent sheets. Reminds me of a Chevy Chevelle or something that looks like that. The older ones. I don't know if someone has one or just likes them or works on one, but it's loud, darker car, like black. Someone has affinity for older cars or works on them. Hearing word branches or branch. Hold on, she's fading. Gotta pull her back. Hearing word memorial, something saying she gained weight. I'm guessing because of her kids, she's saying that she hadn't lost it yet. Month of April, month of September, number 8. Seeing a little girl in pigtails, dresses in connection to it. Could have been her as a child, I guess. Shows me kind of like a movie, going to a place after bar, then wanting to go home. They said they would take her, but then they stopped at a place. They stopped at this place like on the way, and that's where they took her life. And then they said, but before that, they told her to finish her drink, and they had drugged it. They acted like they were taking her home, but says I was in for a surprise. Then goes back to 3, so I don't know if maybe there was 3 there, but 4 know about it. But it's between 3 and 4. Time, or could be time of the morning. 3 could be time of the morning, something that happened at that time. I'm shown Indian stuff and cowboy stuff, maybe around the area, then kind of desert in some areas, and I see my hands gripping dirt again, dirt and rocks, and then I see like green trees and bushes around it. So the area is like a clearing that they took her life in, and I see a woodpecker or some kind of long-beaked bird, but it may not be a woodpecker because it's brown, and I think the beak was skinnier. And she says Huckleberry Finn, the word twilight. Now, this is connected to another case that someone mentioned to me that's from the same area. I did not know at the time, but that will be my next case because she popped in here. It goes along with something else. So, again now she shows me she's either water, banks, or further down, but will be. I feel strongly she's in the water. She shows me again with the hair floating up, ankles tied to the rock, and eyes open, working water. Sorry. I sense mountains like way in the background and hear bluegrass music. Seeing some kind of fire pit or fire of some kind at this party, or just fire, period. It can be symbolic of a name or anything like that. Reference to A, strawberry. Began to shake on the inside. My legs felt weak after a long time, so that could have been I was feeling how she felt. Some kind of wrench. So again, something working that reminds me of working on cars. A mechanic is usually my symbol for that. Hearing something about sports jerseys. This goes along with Twilight. Okay, I found out that there's a 15-year-old girl from Kentucky that was killed and left in a field. Her name was Twilight, and she was wearing a jersey at the time. So that's why this popped in. I was not aware until the lady I was doing the reading with Savannah, she looked it up because she said, well, that could mean something else. Or, that might be in a case. It hit her, and so that's, we found out that that's basically what it is. So she'll be my next case. And she was found. We just need to figure out who did what to her. And I heard something weird. This could just be to bring in the jersey, but I heard Jersey Mike's. So, letter H and letter L. She's showing me she wants to leave now. And then Cedar. Okay, so validation for the reading that the ladies came up with. And we kind of came up with, trying to figure out what everything meant. So, the first reading, I feel like she is definitely at Camp Nelson RV Park. It's got a brown bridge, an old, tall camp. It has a Camp Nelson monument, national monument, orange containers. There's Chase Lane, and there's the sea right where the bridge is. Cherry places by the bridge. There's lots of street names that are Elm, Sycamore, Oak. R is the name of one of those involved, but also there's a R Road, Rogers Road, River Run. 3 could be 3 people, or another reason. Someone said, I think it was one of my girls said that she had FaceTimed her mom around 3 o'clock in the morning. Palisades Heights, Wolf Sanctuary is right there. wondering if there's big birds in the area. There's a Civil War memorial, Camp Nelson, camping, Zion Church. I'd gotten Zion before. Bridge is, let's see, rock and graffiti. There's a Native Center. There's a Gwyn Island Close. There's a Fox Ridge Road. There's lots of fives. There's Bryantsville right there. There's Redgate Road. High Bridge Road. Vato means Mexican dude, homeboy. And I'm not trying to be, any kind of racist, so please don't take it that way. It came through that way, and I'm just repeating. Turpentine is what you put on wood finish, so someone might work as someone that finishes wood. Huckleberry, it's about friendship, and there's a song in there called Moon River, and it reverts back to Breakfast at Tiffany's, what I got in Cheryl's reading. And so she had showed me the moon, so my huckleberry friend, I'm wondering if there might be huckleberries along that river, I don't know. And then so Twilight, like we said, is going to belong to that girl, that 15-year-old girl we're going to be doing a reading on, and she popped in. I didn't even know anything about that case, so very interesting. It was a good catch on my friend's behalf. Okay, so Captain America, when you type it in, Civil War comes up. And like I said, there's a Civil War memorial right there. So, and war movies, he does war movies, so that fits the, that. Superior validates part stores, so that would validate them doing, working on cars and needing parts for it. There's Gilroy is a whiskey, but then was also a Gilroy drug bust, so it could be possibly pointing to drug use and drug busts. Wondering, it could be reference to both. Definitely the R initial has been repeated and P many times. So R is one of the suspect's initial. And P is one of the suspect's initials. Also got C. So C is a middle name or suspect arrested for drugs. J is connected to an A middle name. There's the bro connection. I did get working on cars or affinity for older cars. Apparently they all work at a shop and one of the guys owns it. I also got mechanic in Delphi and believe the name Tommy, which goes along with the shop. That came out in Delphi. And Tommy's is 3 minutes away from a house on the way to Camp Nelson. J is bro suspect. And P, like I said, P came in 4 times. I knew it was important. There's a suspect with those initials. MP. So she brought up both initials for him. And she brought it in 4 times, so he must be very important in the case. Let's see. If she was off High Bridge, is it possible that her body is down the river in a bank? Bryantsville matches Bryan, and Camp Nelson River flows there under the 27. We got 27. There's Bergen, which is up, so, they can bring in things surrounding. That could be Burgundy. Buckeye is also close. Got that in Delphi and a couple other cases. That came up a few times. So Cedar Branch runs into Kentucky River by the High Bridge. She gave Branch, and then I got Cedar. So Civil War Monument, Wolf, right there at Bryantsville line. There's a wolf sanctuary or something with wolf, some kind of wolf nature or something. So there's Civil War Monument, and Wolf is right there in Bryantsville line. And then I got H. H could be the Hickman Creek. It runs off, and it goes by Church, Boone Cave Road. Boone and Cave were both brought up. And so let's see, I got Christopher in the cold case right before that. There is a Christopher Heating right there. It didn't match that reading at all that we could see. This is by an old church and cemetery that are very close together. Everything's bunched together right there by Hickman, and Little Hickman runs by 8. So we got 8. And there are all 3 names right next to this river where it runs off. So Hickory is mentioned in Huckleberry Finn. And for 3 readings, I got in Hickory Dickory Dock. So Hickman could possibly be one of the meanings. I got Devil's, in one of the cases, there's Devil's Elbow right there that fit. It didn't really fit there, but it fits here. Highbridge Park needs to be checked. I feel that there's evidence right there, and that may be where there's something there because it's right by the High Bridge. And then Huck Finn is also pre-Civil War. let's see. So, like we were saying, A is suspect's middle name, and in Delphi we know future cases, past cases, lots of different info came in. Got the name Allen, so that name is relevant. L could be Lancaster or any of the other, Lincoln or Lancaster. Sorry. I also believe the girls told me that she went missing in December. Wait. She went missing in December? Or wait, no. Something happened in December. I think she had her kid in December or something. She went missing in January 4th. So that would be the 4 again, and the January. So those are two things that came in. So, that's what I definitely think that river needs to be dragged, or sonar. Camp Nelson is very, very important. There's got to be evidence there at that park, and because I feel like it was where they killed her. Sorry, they took her life where by that bridge somewhere, and it could have she could have easily, with all the flooding and everything, ran off of Hickman, and everything's bunched up right there. The church, the wolf, the cemetery, everything's really bunched up right there. So I would definitely say check it. So I only know any of this stuff because the people I work with, the group I work in, they go and they validate. They know a lot about the case, and they come back to me and they tell me. I do think that these guys are connected to more cases, and so I think I'm going to keep doing readings on her because I want to see what other cases, and I'm thinking Brooklyn might be one of them. So everybody is innocent until proven guilty. These are just my psychic impressions, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like me to work on a case, private reading, anything like that, you can reach me on Facebook, Instagram. I have a group on Facebook now called Paid Gentle Heart Readings by Rochelle. And I also have a couple groups that I run. One is Voices for Victims by the Gifted. And that is one where I and others work on cases. I do donate a lot of free time, so I don't want to hear anybody talking about how I'm just after money and blah, 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 blah. It's all bull crap. I do a lot of this in my free time because I want to give these beautiful souls a voice. I want them to be found. This is what I want to do with my life. This is what I want to do with my gifts. I do it for all the right reasons. I humbly do it for the right reasons. I want them found. So Camp Nelson, that river right there, very, very important. She might have gone into that Hickman because everything surrounds it. So with that being said, thank you for liking, subscribing. I'm going to try to keep doing videos. I hope I can improve for you. I'm trying to improve for you, but do understand that, life goes on around me, and I'll do the best that I can. I'm going to try to maybe get some other different kind of videos out and do a super chat as soon as I can. So I look forward to seeing you guys some more. Talk to you later.